Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Futures are up here this morning. The markets acted well on Friday after the opening dip down toward the first reversal period around 10 o'clock. Buyers stepped up. The hourly chart wasn't an uptrend on the QQQ. So, the trend was in place for that dip to be bought, and they didn't run away as the market closed on Friday. And the markets are up here, as you can see, the S&P futures here pre-market, pushing up toward the prior area where there was an initial breakout failure, right, to a new high. Now, market, as you know, has been tenacious. Bulls have stepped up on every dip, regardless of how big it's been, and pushed the market up. And over here, where it got extended, it went sideways. So that's about as bullish a thing a market can do, other than just rocket to the upside, is to get extended and then go sideways and build a new area of support. So as it pushes up to new highs, that prior low area becomes our major support reference point, because if prices trade under it, the uptrend is then violated within that time frame. So we still have the weekly in an uptrend. Here's the pullback on the daily, and here's it pulls back on the hourly, and you can see the bottoming process, and now we've cleared the high, which opens up the door to moving back up to the old highs and potentially, theoretically, new all-time highs. The Qs, that's oil. While we're on it here, I was going to get to it anyway, but obviously extended to the downside here on an area of major support. Buyers are short, sellers covering here. Either way, there's been an increase in demand in a place where it makes total sense for that to be. We'll see how high this can go, or, as with an uptrend being strong, a downtrend, continued weakness would be this going sideways, as now it's reached this resistance, going sideways, and then rolling back over again. So we'll see. If it should bounce just based on the pattern here on the weekly, multiple weeks down into support, and then from there we'll see how far it bounces. But moving below this area comes into this open void, little to no support, and opens up the door to much lower prices. The Qs, they came back up on Friday. Excuse me. Internet stocks looking good. Which got hit. Facebook is ready to hit a new all-time high. Amazon, I can get the symbol right. It's up a bit here, just 1,009 here this morning. Pushing up. So it's hard to imagine that if that market's gonna go higher, Amazon, won't be there with it. So there's the FDN sector. And others that really got turned around last week. Solar. Look at the weekly here. Downtrend, for a long time. And bottoming pattern and a wide range bar to the upside on the week. So this is a sector you're going to want to take a look at. Buying on pullbacks, option strategies, and so on. Financials, be watching this week here as this begins to pull back. They broke out. In prior videos, we talked about the Head and Shoulders top. I mentioned that if it failed, historically, you get a pretty big move. And it never broke, and now it has failed. And here's the pullback to support. And this is where buyers should step up. Again, bottoming sectors and our stocks, they tend to be whippy. Deep pullbacks on the first time are normal. Citi actually led the way. It showed relative strength. So this is pulling back here into the area of minor support and the rising 20. And the other one that I like in the sector is JP Morgan. And I like it because you see last week where Citi had pulled back, JP Morgan's gone sideways. Now, it didn't have a good day Friday. After the gap up, sellers took control and knocked it down. But if this can go sideways some more and clear this 88 level, it opens up the door to moving up into this void area. And, Goldman Sachs, relative weakness, but, potentially, it should, because of the sector, this should turn around, and be part of a bottoming process, possibly like a sloppy head and shoulders bottom. But, we'll see how that plays out. It's up a little bit here, pre-market. So it's just on the watch list to see what it's going to do. And the big performer, was biotech. The S&P biotech index was up 12-13% on the week. Giant wide range bar there. How far can it go? Well, it should pull back or go sideways, but, just based on this pattern, you can see the kind of self-correcting choppy uptrend, which then turned into a sideways consolidation. Note the bottoming tail bar that took out the low, and a little consolidation up here. All of those, that price action suggested, that it could go higher, and that all, happened last week in a big way. And so now, do we get the pullback? Do we get some sideways action? Does this thing just rocket to the upside, back up toward the old highs? I hope not. It'd be nice to get some kind of a pullback, similar to what we did in XLF, where it sets up nice buying opportunities where the reward to risk is the best and you're not chasing it. So we'll see. It's up a little bit here this morning again, trading at $81. So a little bit of a gap up. We'll see where that goes. And the other sector which moved with it was pharmaceuticals. So you want to take a look at that as well. As it broke out, and you can see the bottoming process here. It wasn't as big as the biotechs, but still a nice move up and a base. So take a look into those sectors: solar, biotech, pharmaceuticals. Look like the money's rotating into them at this point. And with the the internet and tech stocks coming back, this market has just been able to come back from every dip or what appeared to be falling off the roof, so to speak, and they just came back again. So let's just look at here was, I believe, was considered the best performer last year, and it got hit on that big down day, and it didn't do well on Friday, which I took note of. So we're going to see. It's up a little bit here, but you can see the 60-minute has rolled over. The question, can it get back above this rounding top there? So that's it for this morning, guys. Have a great trading day. We'll talk tomorrow.